Hey y'all, we are back with another Dense update. Here we go. Mayhem Classic announcing a few more athletes who have accepted their invitations. Sahara Kai, Amy Kringle, Nick Matthew, and Fabian Benito. So we are at 14 women and 11 men so far to compete there the first weekend of April. Now, Rich Froning recently posted this to his Instagram story. Apparently, the Hyrox Run Club used a photo of theirs to promote their run club, and he tagged them in it. I wonder if Hyrox has responded. Pretty bold move by Hyrox, taking the champ and using that photo as a run club promotion photo. Rich Froning also released a new podcast on their YouTube channel.
I'm not saying that they lied, but they kept saying like people were sending them DMs about being washed up. Who would have sent them a DM about being washed up?
If you haven't already seen that, be sure to go check that out. Now, as some of you might know, WFP registration for the first tour event, Challenger Qualifier, went live on January 28th. So far, they have 68 men registered and 26 women. And speaking of World Fitness Project, Pedro of Coffee Pods and Wads put out a video on his YouTube channel of an interview with Jeffrey Adler, who was the last male announced signed to the World Fitness Project. And although this interview is only about a minute long,
the decisions to be made are like, I don't think anybody can do all of it this year because there's a lot of competing. So I think it's just going to be a choice of what you can do, where you want to go.
Jeff doesn't think that anyone can do the entire season if they plan to do the games and WFP. So I find this interesting because he does kind of make it seem like the CrossFit Games is the path that he will take.
I'd rather like qualify, go to the next stage, and take a decision with, let's say I have a games ticket, which I think I can go get, then I can decide if I go or not.
And I would think the reason for that is that if he does the open, finishes in the top 1%, does the in-affiliate semifinal, he can punch his ticket to the games. He never has to leave home, essentially. And if he goes and wins the CrossFit Games again, he will have done one live in-person competition, had one set of travel expenses, one event to prepare for, and he will potentially win over $300,000. If he chooses to do the WFP, he has to compete 3 times. And if, hypothetically, he were to win every single event, Tour 1, Tour 2, and then the final, he's only going to win around $130,000. Let's just say his contract is even $70,000. You're still not coming close to the money that you would win at the CrossFit Games. But on the other hand, he has signed a contract with the World Fitness Project. Surely there is something in there about breach of contract. Maybe he's not even going to see the money from the World Fitness Project until the season is complete. I don't know the terms of any of the contracts of any of the athletes. So this is purely speculation. But then what does that look like for the World Fitness Project? And is he the only athlete that is thinking that? Is he the only athlete that says, okay, let's see how they do this first event, see if they even can run this thing, and if they do okay, maybe we'll give the rest of the season a chance. It opened the door for an entire new set of questions and speculation.
But definitely we can't do everything.
Now, also coming out of the Wodapalooza weekend was a promo video for the WFP. And I made a reel because it was kind of funny. The whole entire premise of the video that was put out on the World Fitness Project Instagram page is basically all of the athletes telling the community and the fans why it is that they're doing the WFP. And every single answer, it was all along the lines of, oh, well, this is a great opportunity for me. Oh, this gives me more chances to compete. Oh, this gives me this. It's the me fitness project, handpicked by Will Morad. But you're not telling the fans why. Why should we be excited? Why should we want to spend our money to travel to Indianapolis or to go to Phoenix or maybe even Denmark? Why should we sit down for the weekend and watch the live stream? Is there going to be a live stream? Who's doing the production for that? Still a lot of questions we don't know, but if you're going to make a promo video, maybe instead of telling us why it's so great for you, why don't you tell us why it's so great for the people who are supposed to be watching and supporting it and cheering for y'all? I mean, we know why it's good for you.
So excited.
Why should I watch?
Tell me why. Super great opportunity for athletes and for the sport to grow.
Tell me why. I think it's just like an incredible opportunity for us athletes to get to compete 3 times a year. That's super cool.
Tell me why. I never wanna hear you say.
I love competing. Why not? You know, it's a great opportunity to, you know, compete, do what I love, and throw down with the boys.
Not a lot of people in my affiliate even knew what it was until they saw that reel the other day and said, Ginny, what's the World Fitness Project? I said, well, what do you think it is after watching that reel? And they said, is it just another competition like Wadapalooza? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. A cameraman come into my comment section and we had this little back and forth debate, proceeds to tell me how I should best utilize my platform and what kind of content I should be making. Like, give me a break. We don't always have to agree, and likely we won't. You're not going to change my mind or change my opinion of how I feel about the current state of what's going on with the CrossFit Games athletes. And I don't think all of them are spoiled. But I do think at some point there has been this shift in the athletes who think that the games and the sport is all about glorifying them. And I'm not hating on the WFP. I don't care if anybody goes and does it. I hope Colton Mertens does the qualifier and then goes and wins one of the tour events and takes one of the signed athletes' paycheck. You know what I mean? That's going to be the story. And I hope it's not a train wreck for the sake of the Colton Mertens and those athletes who have to earn their spot to make it there to compete. But we don't really know what that's going to look like yet. So forgive me if I'm not jumping with joy and excitement for something that is claiming to not be competing with the CrossFit Games season, but clearly competing with the CrossFit Games season. We already know you guys wanted exclusivity from the athletes that you were going to sign in the beginning, and then you had to backpedal because they all got nervous and pushed back on it. And then we saw Victor Hoffer's interview stating that next year you were going to require exclusivity again. And then you reached out to Spin to tell him that that wasn't true, that you had talked about it, but you hadn't talked about it. So which one is it? We don't know what to believe. We don't know what to think. And quite frankly, until we actually see how the first event goes, we don't really know what to expect. We just know the people that you paid to be there are going to be there. And until that day, they're going to just keep putting out videos and telling us how great it is for them.
We have pro cards. It feels like we're really making the sport to a whole nother level of professionalism, which is like really exciting. I think what we all really, really want.
Here, dude. Justin Medeiros pro card. There you go, buddy. Here's your card.
Why can't we fill up a semifinal stand? I mean, you would think between Danny Spiegel, Danielle Brandon, Annie Thor's daughter, that's like 5-6 million followers right there. Why aren't we filling the stands at semifinals? I don't know. I mean, I went to West Coast Classic. I traveled all the way to California, but the only reason I did that is because we had a team at our affiliate who was punching their ticket to the CrossFit Games. So we brought a crew of about 25 people, maybe 30, all the way over there, spent thousands of dollars, just did it when they made it to the Syndicate Ground and punched their ticket to the games. It's no different. I'm sure your families all show up and travel for you. Imagine how many people would show up and travel for you if you actually went to an affiliate. I know that everybody wants to blame CrossFit and everybody wants to blame HQ and everybody wants to blame Berkshire, but I don't think anyone's actually said that there might be a potential for fans not showing up because the athletes aren't giving them a reason to. Just a thought. Meanwhile, I'm going to be telling everybody every single day to sign up for the CrossFit Open. If you haven't already, go to CrossFitGames.com where you can register. It's $20 to sign up. It's a great time of year. Put yourself on a leaderboard with everybody in the community of CrossFit around the globe. I will put the link down below in the caption of the video. So I had a bunch of people DM me about the J.R. Howell rumor. And it all started with a comment of a live show with the Sevan, Hiller, and Souza.
What does he want?
I don't know what he wants. He's really pesters me a lot, though. I'm fucking tired of it.
Look at that picture of him talking to Dave.
Yeah. He hasn't changed his profile pic. He's so fucking 2014. At least tell me what I did wrong. How about no?
That's not how that works, really.
Oh.
Maybe you should go talk to Helpin about how that works.
Yeah.
And for half a second, when I was watching the show, I couldn't tell if it was just a bit or if something had genuinely happened. Taylor actually posted this to his story about it.
So hilarious. So Sevan and JR are doing this whole bit where they're fighting with one another. They're not.
Nothing's wrong with JR and Sevan. I've gotten so many messages. I'm so tired of it. Honestly, it's annoying. I don't even know how it all started. It started with like a joke of a comment, and then everybody just fed into it, and people started freaking out, and it's been funny. Until it's not funny. And what's not funny about it is Brian Friend and Mike Halpin both messaging JR and being like, hey, buddy, are you okay? Ooh, Sevan kicked you out too? Holy fuck. Mike Halpin, you're a bitch. Brian, fuck off. Jeez, dude.
So everyone relax. JR Howell is not going anywhere. Everything is good in the Sevan hood, okay? Now, if you haven't seen Dave Castro's new affiliate series on his YouTube channel, please go check these out. He's done a couple already. I just watched the CrossFit Bison interview. So good.
It's not about the scores as much as and the ranks as much as it is doing something together. I've always felt at the Open, it's like the one thing that comes from above.
Listening to him talk about his affiliate and the Open, it made me want to go to his gym. It sounded very much like how things are at the affiliate that I go to. Okay, and I'm just going to leave you guys with this. I have this regular troll on YouTube, and usually it's something like, no need to Google vocal fry, folks. This dumb lady exhibits it to a T. So he's a regular troll of basically anything on the Sevan podcast channel. But he comments on my most recent video, woof, looking rough. And I will say that in my last video, he's not wrong. I was looking pretty rough. I think I was wearing the day before makeup. I know I hadn't washed my hair in quite a few days. I had just gotten back that night before from TFX. I had spent 3 days driving back and forth each day to Austin, 6 hours a day in the car, plus 8 hours a day, running around from event to event at the venue, because we had 10 or so athletes competing there. I do all the live streaming anytime all of our people do this event or likewise events like BCS. I make up a spreadsheet schedule of all the athletes competing in the heat time, so all of our people that go to spectate and support them can follow each, know where to go, what lane they'll be in, what pad they're going to be on if there's multiple pads at a venue. It's just what I do to make it as easy as possible for our affiliate members to go and cheer for our athletes that are competing. But by the end of that weekend, I was pretty worn down. And Mission Bell, thank you for letting me know how rough I looked. Thank you for letting me know that I need a vocal fry. This is what we have for now, okay? That is all for this dense update. Be sure to leave us a comment, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're into this sort of thing, head over to my Instagram page where you can follow me there for all the latest happenings in the CrossFit community.